Some Jeep Cherokees became complete money pits. Others became legend owners refused to sell, even after 300,000 miles. And one was officially confirmed by Jeep to pass 600,000 miles on its original engine. So today, we're breaking down the 7 best Jeep Cherokee years to own, the ones you should never sell. Let's start at number 7, the 2023 Jeep Cherokee. This one's the swan song, and it's special for a reason most other YouTube videos completely miss. For 2023, Jeep gutted the entire lineup down to just 2 trims, the Altitude Luxe and the Trailhawk, and that was it. No more Latitude trim, no more Limited trim, no more confusion at the dealership counter. The wild part is the very last Cherokee ever built was a diamond black Altitude Luxe 4x4 that rolled off the assembly line in Belvidere, Illinois on February 28, 2023, and it's already turning into a collector's piece on the used market. CarComplaints.com has barely logged any issues on the 2023 model, partly because production was low, and partly because Jeep had spent nearly a decade ironing out every bug from the original 2014 launch disaster. The Trailhawk version still came loaded with a real mechanical rear locker, a 56:1 crawl ratio, 8.5 inches of ground clearance, and 20 inches of water fording capability. That's serious off-road equipment packed into a vehicle roughly the size of a Honda CR-V, and most owners say it punches way above its weight class on tough, rocky trails. However, before you rush out to grab one, there's one catch you absolutely need to know about up front. Stellantis issued a recall in May 2026 covering exactly 61,711 Cherokees from 2019 through 2023 for a power transfer unit failure that could cause complete loss of drive power or even let the vehicle roll away when parked on a hill. So if you find a clean 2023 example on the lot anywhere, make sure that recall has been completed before you sign anything. Most Jeep dealers will handle the fix for free, but you want the paperwork confirmed in writing. And that brings us to number 6, the 2020 Jeep Cherokee. If the 2023 model was the goodbye, the 2020 was the real comeback story. Because by 2020, Jeep had finally stopped fighting fires on every single dealership lot in America. The polarizing bug-eye headlights from the original 2014 launch were completely gone after the 2019 mid-cycle refresh. The notorious 9-speed ZF transmission software had been rewritten multiple times by Jeep engineers based on real warranty data submitted from owners. To understand how big this fix really was, you need to know the backstory. The 2014 Cherokee racked up 4,594 total complaints on CarComplaints.com, and triggered a massive class action lawsuit that forced Jeep to extend the transmission warranty all the way to 6 years, or 100,000 miles. The aluminum hood and composite tailgate introduced in 2019 also shaved nearly 200 pounds off the curb weight, which helped both fuel economy and braking performance significantly. J.D. Power gave the 2020 model a quality and reliability score of 85 out of 100, which they officially classify as great on their 5-tier rating scale. Car Complaints logged 320 total issues across the entire model year, but the trick most reviewers miss is this. The vast majority of those specific complaints come from just one engine option that you can simply avoid. Skip the 2.4-liter Tiger Shark engine, because that one burns oil so badly it triggered an $8 million class action lawsuit settlement back in 2022 that paid out cash compensation and free engine repairs to thousands of frustrated owners. The case was officially called Wood versus FCA, and it covered 2017 through 2020 Cherokees equipped with that exact motor. So what should you actually buy instead? Go straight for the 3.2-liter Pentastar V6 every single time. 271 horsepower on tap, 239 pound-feet of torque, and a 4,500-pound tow rating that nothing else in this entire vehicle class can match for the same money. Before the next one, if you want your Jeep to last as long as possible, check out my ebook, The 500,000-Mile Jeep Blueprint. It's packed with the maintenance tricks and hidden fixes most owners never learn. Link is below in the description. But the real sleeper is number 5, the 2021 Jeep Cherokee. This is the one almost nobody is talking about right now, and that's exactly why it's such a steal on the used market today. The 2021 Cherokee has only 136 total complaints logged on Car Complaints. That's less than half of the 2020 model year volume, and roughly one-third of the 2019 model year. The kicker that should be making headlines in every car magazine is this. In 2021, J.D. Power's initial quality study ranked Jeep as a brand tied for 8th place with Hyundai at 149 problems per 100 vehicles sold. The industry average that year was 162 problems per 100. That ranking was Jeep's best showing in the entire history of the J.D. Power IQS, ever. The brand that built its reputation on rugged off-road capability finally proved it could also build vehicles that don't fall apart in the first 90 days of ownership. Then Jeep did something cool to celebrate the milestone. They launched the limited 80th anniversary edition based on the Latitude Luxe trim, starting at $32,305 for the 4x2 and $33,805 for the 4x4. You got your choice of Spitfire orange or olive green paint, granite crystal finished aluminum wheels, the ProTech 2 safety suite with adaptive cruise control and blind spot monitoring, and a 9-speaker Alpine premium sound system. It came standard with the 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, putting out 270 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, making it one of the quickest accelerating Cherokees Jeep has ever sold to the public. However, while everyone was chasing brand-new SUVs through the chip shortage chaos of 2021, the smart buyers were quietly grabbing these 80th anniversary Cherokees off used lots for nearly half the original sticker price. If this is helping you out, tap the down arrow and hit subscribe before you keep watching. And we slide right into number 4, the 2022 Jeep Cherokee. Now, if the 2021 was the sleeper, the 2022 is the absolute unicorn of the entire KL run. Why? Because Car Complaints has logged just 37 total complaints. 37 complaints. For an entire model year of production with thousands of units sold across America. To put that number into proper perspective for you, the 2014 Cherokee racked up 4,594 complaints all by itself in roughly the same time window. The 2022 had less than 1% of that complaint volume. Consumer Reports backed it up officially, rating the 2022 as more reliable than other cars from the same model year. Jeep also cleaned up the trim chaos for 2022, dropping the lineup down to 4 clean and easy-to-understand options: Latitude Luxe, X, Trailhawk, and Limited. Every single trim got the bigger 8.4-inch touchscreen as standard equipment, which used to be a paid upgrade costing several $100s on previous model years. The Trailhawk version kept the locking rear differential and the select terrain system with the dedicated rock mode, so you didn't lose any of the serious off-road capability that made the Cherokee name famous in the first place. The part that should make you act fast if you're shopping the used market right now is this. 2022 was the very final year Jeep offered the legendary 3.2-liter Pentastar V6 engine in the Cherokee, period. After that, it was gone forever from the lineup. So a 2022 V6 Trailhawk is now officially the last of its kind, the last factory-built Jeep Cherokee with a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder under the hood. That single fact alone makes it a future collector's vehicle, and the smart money has already started buying them up at dealer auctions and on enthusiast forums. Now we shift gears completely, and we drop into number 3, the 1999 Jeep Cherokee XJ. Forget everything you know about modern crossovers, because this is where the legend actually lives and breathes today. The 1999 Cherokee XJ is the crown jewel of the entire XJ era. Full stop, no debate from any forum. It's the final model year before Jeep started installing the cursed 033 one-cylinder head, which cracks right between cylinders 3 and 4 on almost every single 2000 and 2001 Cherokee still on the road today. The 1999 doesn't have that problem at all. It runs the bulletproof 4.0-liter PowerTech inline 6, making 190 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque, the same exact engine that powered the XJ from 1991 all the way through 2001, with almost no major design changes along the way. Pair that engine with the Aisin-Warner AW4 4-speed automatic transmission, which Jeep co-designed with Borg-Warner specifically for the Cherokee back in the late 80s, and you've got one of the most reliable drivetrains ever bolted into an American SUV. Car Complaints lists only 533 total issues across 27 full years of ownership data submitted directly by actual owners. Forum after forum on CherokeeForum.com and CherokeeTalk.com calls 1999 the absolute sweet spot for buying. Clean, rust-free examples are currently selling between $5,000 and $10,000 in average daily driver condition, but pristine, low-mileage limited models with the original leather interior are pulling up to $30,000 at auction houses like Bring a Trailer. However, the real magic with this generation isn't the price tag at all. It's the fact that these old Jeeps just don't die. RepairPal rates the Jeep Cherokee at 4.0 out of 5 stars for overall reliability, ranking it 9th out of 26 compact SUVs across all makes and models, with an average annual repair cost of just $520. That figure sits below both the compact SUV segment average of $521 and the all-vehicle industry average of $652. Therefore, the natural next step is number 2, the 1998 Jeep Cherokee XJ. Why is the 1998 ranked higher than the 1997 model? One specific reason makes the difference. This was the very first year Jeep introduced the limited trim on the XJ Cherokee. Before 1998, the top spec was called the Country, which honestly sounded more like a station wagon than a real luxury SUV package. The new Limited brought leather seats, upgraded carpeting, wood-grain dashboard trim, full power features throughout the entire cabin, and a stronger Infinity sound system, all without sacrificing one single bit of off-road capability or trail performance. Car Complaints logs 571 total problems across the full lifespan, which is honestly nothing for a 27-year-old vehicle that's still on the road in massive numbers. The 1998 still runs the same legendary 4.0-liter HO inline-6, putting down 190 horsepower, the same Aisin-Warner AW 4-4-speed automatic transmission, and the same Dana 30 front axle and Chrysler 8.25 rear axle that make the XJ basically indestructible on tough, rocky trails. Jeep only built 182,845 units of the 1998 Cherokee, making the limited examples genuinely rare in clean, original condition today. But the twist most people never realize when they shop for one on the used market is this. Most of these things are still on the road right now, doing actual real-world work every day. Drive through any small town in America, especially in the rural Midwest or the Mountain West, and you'll spot one parked outside a hardware store, pulling a small boat trailer, or kicked up on jack stands in someone's driveway getting an oil change. They keep going strong while modern crossovers are visiting their 4th dealership for transmission work, chronic oil leaks, and broken infotainment screens. The 1998 also gained a slightly stronger frame around the rear hatch area, which helped solve some of the earlier XJ tailgate sag issues forever. Finally, we land on number 1, the 1997 Jeep Cherokee XJ. This is where the modern XJ era really started for Jeep. The 1997 Cherokee got the biggest mid-cycle refresh in the model's entire history, and the changes touched almost every single part of the vehicle. Jeep installed a completely new modular dashboard with dual front airbags for the very first time on the XJ, swapped in front seats borrowed directly from the bigger Grand Cherokee for actual comfort on long highway drives, ditched the old-fashioned vent windows in favor of cleaner one-piece door glass, and gave it a new 7-slot grille with squared-off headlights that define the XJ look forever after. Car Complaints logs only 519 issues over 29 years of ownership data, which is the lowest of the entire XJ run from 1984 through 2001. MotorWeek tested a 1997 Cherokee Sport for their TV show and clocked it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.5 seconds flat, with just a 3,100-pound curb weight. That 0 to 60 time is genuinely quick even by today's standards for any body-on-frame style 4x4. Jeep built 258,958 units of the 1997 Cherokee, the second highest production year in the entire XJ history, behind only 1996. But the part nobody mentions in the typical YouTube videos about old Jeeps is this. Robert Cumberford, the legendary design editor at Automobile Magazine, called the XJ Cherokee one of the 20 greatest cars of all time, writing in print that it was possibly the best SUV shape ever designed by any automaker on the entire planet. However, The real proof of how good these things are isn't sitting in any magazine archive at all. It's parked in Jan Ritchie's driveway down in Texas. Jan owns a 1988 Jeep Cherokee Pioneer 4x4 that she bought brand new off the lot decades ago, when the XJ was still relatively new on the American market. In February 2011, Jeep officially confirmed her odometer reading at 612,000 miles. Original engine, original owner, original transmission. No rebuilds along the way. No engine swaps at any point. No major drivetrain work at all. Just regular maintenance and oil changes for over 2 decades of daily driving. Jeep posted about her milestone on their own corporate Facebook page back then, and CarBuzz later reported that Jeep officially acknowledges her Cherokee as the highest mileage Jeep in the entire world. That exact same 4.0-liter inline-six engine is the one you get in a 1997, 1998, or 1999 Cherokee XJ. So when forum guys on Cherokee Forum and NAXJA tell you these old things just don't quit, they're not exaggerating one single bit. They're telling you the truth that real-world data backs up over and over again. There's a real reason these old XJs continue to hold their value, while other 25-year-old SUVs are slowly rotting away in junkyards across America. If you can find a clean 1997 with a complete and documented service history, especially a sport or classic trim equipped with the 4.0 inline-six and the AW4 transmission, buy it that same day, take great care of it, and never let it go for any price. That's the 7 best Jeep Cherokee years worth owning forever. If you enjoyed this one, tap the subscribe button right below so you don't miss the next video. And let me know in the comments, which Cherokee year would you keep forever? And if you want more Jeep insights, click on the video on your screen right now. See you there.